Hey, what's going on, YouTube? This is your certified life and relationship coach, Coach Court. And in today's video, I want to talk to you about the secure attacher and how they respond to dismissives deactivating. Thank you for sticking around. If this is your first time viewing me, do me a favor and subscribe to the channel by clicking that subscribe button and ringing that little bell so you're notified for the newest content. Before I get into the content, if you want my help personally, reach out to me on my website, www.fruitfulseeds with the Z at the end.com, and leave me an email no longer than 2 to 3 paragraphs long, no longer than 500 words, as it makes it really difficult to respond to long emails. In today's video, I want to talk to you about the secure attacher, some of their characteristics, and how they respond to a dismissive when a dismissive starts to deactivate. I think the notable thing to think about with the secure attacher is they most likely came from a secure, happy household, a household where both parents were present. They probably were supported with their schooling and their hobbies. They had parents that were very present, but also allowed them to have their individuality. Now, this is just speaking in general, but there are exceptions. There are people who came from dysfunctional households that somehow ended up to be secure. It's all about your resiliency. When I was mentoring kids for 15 years, I went through a number of trainings to kind of understand why kids that were deemed at risk were at risk. And one of the trainings that really sat with me was the trauma-informed care training, which is TIC. There's a test you can take online called ACEs Too High. The interesting thing about the test was we all have suffered some form of trauma throughout our lives. And there are 10 questions that they ask you. If you experience more than 4, you're starting to get up in the danger area. I'll include that website link below. Now, why is that important? Why is being trauma informed important with attachment styles? It's all trauma. I feel it kind of goes hand in hand. Now, with the trauma informed, any trauma that you've experienced up until the age of 18 has somehow affected your personality, somehow affected your attachment style. It was very groundbreaking to me when I first heard about it, and then I heard about attachment styles later on. This goes back more towards the root cause of why people are the way they are and how they function in romantic relationships. So for a secure attacher, they most likely had everything working for them. They had a very good support system early on. They had unconditional love. And that's where the unhealthy attachment styles come into play. Most likely the love that they experienced was conditional. And most likely they had somebody that was putting some kind of conditions on the love that they were given to them. I was running a men's group early on this week, and in the group we talked about this conditional love in depth. And many of them agreed that most of the time when they felt the most love was when they were doing the right things. They were doing something that didn't trigger their parents and cause them to get punished. When you're dealing with the anxious-preoccupied or the avoidance style, most likely they didn't get the love that they needed when they needed it, which means they had to always be on their best behavior. And if they weren't, they were stepping on minefields. It's over. They wouldn't get the love that they needed, and they would be pretty much neglected. A person that's a secure attacher knows that when somebody that they're dating is an anxious-preoccupied or a avoidant, they know how to quiet their storm. They know exactly what to do. And it's not like they went to some kind of relationship school and they've learned all these concepts and theories. They just inherently know. They know how to respond. They know how to stop the anxious-preoccupied from letting those anxious thoughts go too far, but they also know how to give the avoidant enough space to come back to them and re-engage them when they need to. When a dismissive avoidant starts to deactivate, they know how to open them back up. They know how to get them to the point where they feel safe enough to talk about what's going on inside of them, let out their feelings and their emotions without judging them, without criticizing them, and it's very comfortable for the dismissive avoidant to talk about their feelings. The secure is also more mindful about the things that's going on in the dismissive's world. If they are struggling with their family members or if they're struggling with work, they know to give that person space to allow them to process the emotions and their feelings that's going on without being too clingy or too smothering during those times. I use this analogy a lot about the turtle going into their shell. They know when the turtle starts to tuck its head back in its shell, they should just make themselves busy, get back into their purpose, getting back into their work, and allowing that person to come to them when they can. But if they see that a good amount of time has elapsed, most likely that turtle is really struggling inside their shell. So they know how to re-engage them in a loving and a safe way. I get a lot of comments on my YouTube channel saying, "Hey, just don't even deal with the dismissive avoidant. Dismiss the avoidant," is one person. One person said that, but a secure attacher will know when the relationship should end. They won't stick around and let their mental health become jeopardized because the person is just so stubborn and not able to view the relationship in a higher regard. And I don't want to be disrespectful to the dismissive avoidant. If this you, I don't want to be judgmental of you guys and call you stubborn. But if I'm being honest, you kind of are. I get it though. I get that the way that you operate and the things that you do is purely out of self-preservation because that's how you had to react to survive. But I'm going to encourage you to get outside your comfort level. Really try to meet the people that you're in a relationship with where they're at. Fulfill their needs as much as you can. This is going to go much further and your relationship will be much healthier because of it. Don't let the stories that are in your head prevent you from finding true love and having a fulfilled relationship in life. We need relationships in order to survive, period. The people who don't quite understand that concept most likely will live very lonely and unfulfilled lives. So if you found this video of any value, please like, comment, and share. Reach out to me on my other social media sites. Twitter is Coach Court 2, Instagram is I am Coach Court, and Facebook is I am Coach Court. Thank you guys, and I will talk to you soon.